course, we were having fun doing ribbons and all that. There's also a ribbon game station that's set up, and we got it late on Friday, and then Saturday we did it, let's see, like 3 times. But it was starting to get late. We were tired. We wanted to get some food, and this was like Saturday night. And our friends had already gone, you know, off to the hotel room, and my friend with the K-pop ribbons and me were the only ones that were left at the convention center itself. And so we finished off the wall. That's what it's called. It's basically a little like Plinko machine, and then whatever number your little disc fell into, that was the ribbon you got, or there was a booklet that you can pick whatever ribbon you wanted. So we were the last ones finishing that off, and I think my body is just getting upset because I know what's coming. And the trigger warning's coming soon, don't worry about that. So we were the last 2. We finished up, and we were about to leave, and someone stopped my friend and asked about her ribbons. And she said, "I'm sorry, but we're hungry, we're tired, we're going to go back to our hotel room, try and find us tomorrow." And so thankfully the person was like, okay, and let us go. So okay, this is a point where I'm probably going to get emotional just because of what happened. I'm going to put the trigger warning here now. If you are afraid of, if you are triggered by stalkers, fire, or anything of that sort, down right here is, will probably be more up here because my shirt, it'll be hard to see through my shirt, but here's the time code that you can skip to so that you don't have to hear about any of this. Ready? Go ahead and skip, or else this is what happened. So my friend and I, we had discovered a path from the convention center that we could cut through a parking lot and go through a path toward the back end of our hotel. But of course you would need a special key card to get into the stairwell and then into the hotel itself. So she had a key card, she had it ready, and we got in just fine. It was late. We were getting ready for bed. One of our roommates was actually in the shower at the time with the fan on when we heard this boom sound. And we thought, oh great, because it was about the time that, you know, raves let out, the parties and all that. And we thought someone was drunk and hit a parked car. And then we started to hear more explosions. And at the time I was so calm and collected, but the more I see about this stuff, and the more I get to process it, the more upset I get because of what happened, what could have happened. But my friends that were in the hotel room look outside, and we see fire. And we're like, oh my God, there's a car on fire. And then my friend starts seeing, because we're hearing the tires explode, and that's what the booms are about, but we didn't know exactly how serious it was. And then one of them starts to see embers start coming toward the hotel. And as she's about to say, we need to get out of here, the fire alarm goes off. And so everybody is grabbing stuff that's special to them and getting, some of us didn't even get our shoes on. I, of course, grabbed my phone that way because I knew I'm small, my legs are short. If I get separated from someone, I want to be in contact with them and let them know I'm okay. So we joined the group of people who are hurrying out of the hotel. We're on the 3rd floor, and we're at the Azure Hotel. And so I'm going downstairs, hoping that I don't trip, hoping that no one bumps into me, hoping I'm not pushed down the stairs and someone's panic. Because I'm slow because I don't want to fall. And especially when I'm nervous, or when I'm in pain, or I'm scared. It's not a good thing. And I did actually get injured the day before, but I'll talk about that after this. Of course, this is part of the not nice things that happen. One of my friends stayed behind to help people evacuate down the stairs. Another friend stayed, and I'm not naming them because I don't know if they want to be named, recognized or not, but another friend stayed at the bottom of the stairs and held the door open so that people could escape, and she was helping guide them away from the fire towards safety. And so I'm walking towards the parking lot. We're being instructed to go towards the street, on not the street itself, but the sidewalk. And I'm seeing girls get to the sidewalk and collapse in tears. And of course, we don't know what's going on. All we know is there's a fire. Thankfully, the police and the fire department respond very quickly, get the fire out, because the whole bottom floor was full of smoke. And there was also a hotel behind us, and smoke was getting to that hotel too. And we find out later that one of the cosplayers, she's a well-known cosplayer, she was part of a group with this one guy who was attracted to her, but she had feelings for someone else. And this guy could not take no for an answer. And he started stalking her for months. And she had originally been friends with him, but because of his behavior being so creepy and unacceptable, she broke off the friendship. And so he decided that he was going to look for her car, pour gasoline on her car, and then a match. And when it didn't go up with a match, he threw his lighter. And that's when the car went up. That was the boom that we initially heard. Now, the problem was, because the other booms and explosions that we were hearing, 6 other cars besides hers went up as well. And some were really badly burned. And it was like, all because you were jealous that you ruined the property of 6 other people. One was not even cosplayers. They were a family that was on vacation that had children. Thankfully, the police caught him, and he's in jail right now. From what I heard, he has a pretty big bail. treatment, he won't be able to get out on that. But still, it's like, what goes through people's minds to think that that's acceptable behavior? You know? And it terrifies me, because I finally saw the footage from the security cams, who they had just upped their security. And so you could see him so clearly. It's like watching a YouTube video in high def. That's how clear you could see him. And he's standing there smoking a cigarette, and then he's looking to see which car is hers. And then you can see him with the gasoline, all that, and then take off once the car goes up. And the cosplayer and her husband were able to identify him. And that's how the police were able to catch him so quickly. But it's like, oh my God. Because the path that the cars were burned on was the path that my friend and I had taken, not too long before that. And it's like, what if we caught him while he was in the middle of doing that? Or what if someone else had caught him? What would he have done? Okay, I'm going to take a little breath and tell you about a couple other bad things that happened at con and traveling home. But, trigger warning over, I need to take a breather. Sorry about that, everyone. So, some of the other bad things that happened. Saturday, I fell and got injured at the Dung Rubber Gathering. It was not the cosplayer's fault. And actually, it was nobody was at fault. It was an accident. Accidents happen. What happened was, there was a servant cosplayer. I'm still upset. I have so much. Sorry. And awesome. And because I was Monica, I thought, oh, that'd be good to get a shot of Monica on Servant's back. Well, this cosplayer's shoes were being a butt. And when they tried to lift me up, their feet slid. I, of course, stumbled off their back, and then their foot just went boom right on mine. And in fact, thankfully, it was just an injury to the top of my foot, and so I could still walk on it and cosplay the remaining 2 days of con. But it's still super painful to sit in certain areas, and it's just also, it kind of worries me what would have happened for that one event if I was injured. I might have had to be on a friend's back, getting a piggyback ride out of the hotel. Oh my God. Yeah, so then we come to Monday, the day we were going to leave. I'm sorry this video is getting super long. I just want to recap everything that I remember happened. So, Monday, we pack up. Actually, we had packed up Sunday before. And we had packed up Sunday before, and we basically were really early morning ready to go on Monday. Monday, I basically asked my two roommates, because two of our roommates took off Sunday night. So Monday morning, I asked my remaining two roommates, I'm going to go, oh yeah, our hotel had a continental breakfast too, so that was fun the days I was able to go down and get it. At least get coffee and orange juice. So I asked my remaining two roommates, do you want me to get something from the breakfast? One of them said, yeah, they wanted sausage. So I said, fine. I was going to get sausage anyway, and so I was going to get orange juice and coffee too. So here I am, in my pajamas, in my robe, with a napkin, just piling sausage from the little sausage container in there, shoving it in my pocket of my robe, thinking I'm slick, although knowing I'm not being slick. Nobody's caring though. Got my orange juice, got my coffee, and then I hit the elevator, and this dude has he took a plate from the restaurants and had it piled high with food. So I'm like, I didn't feel bad. So we pack up the car fairly quickly. It's raining. It's been raining since Saturday. It's just a mess. Pack up the car and we take off. Everything's going fine until we get to the Grapevine. And there's snow in the Grapevine. And they're not letting people get on. They're telling people find an alternate route, turn around, whatever. So fine. We go to find an alternate route, which means we had to backtrack a bit. Only the alternate routes is blocked too. And the first alternate route actually took us to the mountains, and there's rocks on one side, so we're having to watch out for rock slides. And there's some places where you could see like smaller rocks had already fallen and made their way onto the road. So that was kind of scary. And then the second route that we picked, blocked. Had to find a third route. So the third route that we found was the long way home. And we end up driving through rain, sleet, snow, not just snow on the ground, but snow falling, sun, and the cloud. Right, cloud. By this time, my ride had been driving for 6, 7 more hours. She'd been driving so long. She's so exhausted. There's no way we can make it home. So thankfully, she had a cousin that we were able to stay at their house. And we went, spent the night, and then took off the next morning. And still, it took us so long to get back home. It took us like about 6 hours, 6, 7 hours to get home. And still it's raining, but the point is, everybody in that room got home safely. And I was so, so grateful about that, because I was worried, that because of what happened, people were shaken up. But no, and because of the weather conditions, but no, everybody in that room I stayed in got home safe and sound, and I was so, so glad. So, despite all the bad that happened, it was so nice to meet so many awesome people, to see their faces light up with either the ribbons that they won for me, cosplays that I cosplayed. Some of them really liked my Chucky. They really liked the scare. The nostalgic scare, that's what they called it. And this is the good, by the way. And of course, it was so awesome to meet all the voice actors I wanted to meet. It was so, I love the fact that I was able to get the first Danganronpa gathering and pass out my ribbons, and that it didn't rain out like it did the second one. I was able to meet one of my photographer friends, and I got some shoots. I'm waiting for some shots for him. They might be up on my vlog video by now. So I'm waiting for some shots for him that he took of my Chucky cosplay, my Reverse Annie cosplay. He really seemed to like my Reverse Annie cosplay. I think he thought it was pretty cute, and it was. If you ignore the fact that she's a homicidal little girl with a homicidal teddy bear that like will rip you apart if she just gives the word, Timbers, go, you know. But yeah, all in all, despite everything that happened, it was a really good convention, and I'm really excited for 2020. Like I said, I'm already making ribbons for, you know, already thinking ribbon ideas for next year. And yeah, hopefully we don't have any crazy events happening like this time around. But yeah, that's my wrap up of ALA. Oh, let me show you my badge. So this is my badge. It has 190 ribbons. Actually, it has, yeah, 100. I got 190 ribbons total. Of course, the ace one, like I said, is going to be on my background, but I'm still counting it even though it's not on here. But yeah, I beat my record from last year. Last year, I think I got 117, 114. Ooh, it's going down again. Anyways, hour-long video. I'm so sorry, but oh my god, I just had so much to tell and so much to share. Links for the event that happened, you know, news articles of what happened are down in the description below, along with the GoFundMes that I found. If you can help out, awesome. If you can't, please share the links so that someone else can help. Anyways, I'm done. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay happy. Please stay safe, stay happy. And I will talk to you all later. Bye. I do this all the time. One thing I forgot to mention is I actually sang karaoke for the first time. I've been wanting to get my karaoke ribbon ever since my first ALA, and stuff kept coming up and it didn't happen. And then this time we all got into the karaoke room. We all sang, well, everyone except one roommate. But I got my karaoke ribbon, and one of my friends recorded it. I'm a bit worried because I'm so out of practice with singing and all that. But she says I did all right, so I'm going to trust her on this. I know I need practice, and I was scared. I was shaking. My voice was shaking. But I still had a lot of fun going up there. Because, I mean, that's the point, to have fun, right? And, of course, I got awesome karaoke ribbon. I also went to the manga lounge. I forgot to mention that. And I turned in some manga that I didn't want. And it was so interesting because they were talking about needing a certain Vampire Knight manga. And I had that exact manga that they needed. So that was pretty weird, coincidental. And it was awesome that I was able to provide that for them. I was able to get like 4 different ribbons from the manga lounge. One for being in the manga lounge. One for giving them, you know, one for doing a manga. I think I forgot what the other one was. But then I'd accidentally forgot this. So when I went back, there was another lady in there. And when I told her that I gave some manga for the lounge, I donated, that's what it was. She found an extra ribbon to give to me. So I got 4 ribbons total. So that was awesome. But yeah, just wanted to add that little bit to make this video longer. But yeah, I'd forgotten about that, and I had to add that because I would have kicked myself if I had forgotten about it.